जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव। गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा राधा माधव जय राधा माधव। राधा माधव जय राधा माधव। राधा माधव। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Ravavati Naishtike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Nalina Netraya Venuvadya Vidodine Radhadara Sudapana Shaline Vanamaline Mahabhavasvarupastvam Krishna Priya Variyasi Prema Bhakti Prade Devi Shri Radhika Tvam Namostute Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, chanting the songs sung by Lord Shiva. 24, text number 61. In previous verse, we have discussed Na yasya chittam bahirartha vivibharam tamo guhayam cha vishuddham avishad yad bhakti yoga anugrahitanjasam munir vichaste nanu tatra te gati. Who can understand the wonderful pastime, qualities and fame of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead? That has been explained by Lord Shiva in the previous verse, where he says the devotee whose heart has been completely cleansed by the process of devotional service and who is favored by Bhakti Devi does not become bewildered by the external energy, which is just like a dark well. Being completely cleansed of all material contamination, in this way, a devotee is able to understand very happily your name, fame, form, activities, etc. So after explaining that, someone who is not bewildered by the external energy of the Lord and who is favored by the Bhakti Devi, that person can understand the name, fame, form and pastimes of the Lord. So now, Lord Shiva is explaining what is his external energy. What are the things can bewilder Jiva in this world, and how one who has surrendered to the Lord, he will not get bewildered. So text number 60, he says, Yatredam vyajate vishvam vishvam asmin vabhavati yad tattvam brahma param jyotir akasham yava vistrutam. My dear Lord, the impersonal Brahman spreads everywhere like the sunshine or the sky. And that impersonal Brahman, which spreads throughout the universe and in which the entire universe is manifested, is you. So here we can understand what is Brahma Jyoti is. 60. Yatredam vyajate vishvam vishvam asmin abhavati yat natvam brahma param jyotir akasham iva vistratam. So this impersonal Brahman is nothing but the Lord himself. But what is this impersonal Brahman? Generally, the Mayavadi concept of Supreme Personality of a Godhead, they say that he does not have any form. He does not have any legs, he does not have any hands, he does not have a body. Then where is the question of performing pastimes? So the person who is bewildered with such a knowledge can't understand the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. In the purport, Prabhupada says, in Vedic literature it is said that everything is Brahman and nothing else. Sarvam khalu idam Brahmam. The whole material existence is nothing but the Lord Himself. Why? Because Lord says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarva pravartate. I am the master of everything and everything emanates from me. So they think that Lord does not have any form. How is it possible that you can get different forms from the formless? Is it possible? No. Everything is Brahman, there is no doubt, because all the living entities are parts and parcels of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. As Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mama evamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Jivas are eternally parts and parcel of the God. So there is no question of becoming God after liberation, but we remain eternally parts and parcel of the Lord. And the second thing, the inanimated things, Lord says they comes from me. That is His external energy. So the one who does not understand that, he gets bewildered and he thinks that energy means formless and Lord is energy, so He is a formless. Further, Prabhupada says the whole cosmic manifestation rests on the Brahman effulgence. The impersonalist, however, cannot understand how such a huge cosmic manifestation can rest on a person. Thus, this inconceivable power of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead is not understood by impersonalists. Therefore, they are puzzled and always denying the absolute truth is a person. And that's why they said, naiti, not this, not that. And they ultimately accept that Lord is formless. This wrong impression is cleared by Lord Shiva Himself, who says that the impersonal Brahman, which is spread all over the universe, is nothing but the Supreme Lord Himself. Here it is clearly said that the Lord is spread everywhere, just like a sunshine, by virtue of His Brahman feature. This example is very easy to understand. All the planetary systems are resting upon the sunshine. Yet, the sunshine and the source of sunshines are aloof from the planetary manifestation. Similarly, the sky or air is spread everywhere. Air is within a pot, but it is also touches filthy places and sanctified places alike. In any case, the sky is uncontaminated. The sunshine also touches filthy places and sanctified places, and both are actually produced by the sun. But in any case, the sun is aloof from the filthy things. Similarly, the Lord exists everywhere. There are pious things and impious things. But in the Shastras, the pious things are described as the front of the Supreme Lord, whereas impious things are described as the back of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, verse number 4, the Lord clearly says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina Matsthani sarva bhutani nachateshu avasthitam. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So here, just to make us understand how Lord exists everywhere, nice analogy has given, and that is of air and sky. As air is everywhere, as air is there in this small cup also, and the air is there outside of this cup also. So the same way, the air is there in the universe and it is outside of the universe. Is there in our body also, it's our side. and outside of our body also. Then second example has given of sunshine. So sunshine is everywhere, All the planets which are moving in their orbits, all are affected by sunshine. But sunshine is, or the source of sunshine never gets affected by those. So similarly, even though Lord is everywhere, He is within everyone's heart. He is there in the heart of pious people. He is there in the heart of impious people. So Lord is everywhere. But He is revealed as per your reciprocation. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that ye yadhamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. The way one was to reciprocate with me, I respond accordingly. So somebody wants to worship Lord as an imperson. He said, okay, you worship me in the form of Brahman. He is manifested for them in the form of Brahman. That's what Lord Shiva says here. Yatredam vyajate vishwam vishman asmin abhavavit tatvam brahma parama jyotir akashat iva asvat. My Lord, that impersonal Brahman, which is the source of all effulgence, is nothing but you. Because there is no difference between Lord and His energy, Lord and His body. As we are different from our body, Lord's body is not temporary like us. His body is Sat, Chit, Ananda, Vigraha. Sat, eternal, Chit, full of knowledge, and Ananda, which gives peace. Our body is like that. It gives Nirananda. It is called as a Dukkha Mandiram, Deha Mandir, Idam Deha Mandiram Dukkhalayam. This body is nothing but the Alaya. Alaya means storehouse of sufferings. We suffer in this body. We don't enjoy actually. Somebody says, oh, I actually enjoy myself. How you can enjoy? You like sweets, how much sweets you can eat? If someone likes like a gulab jamuns, he can eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is goes more than his capacity, then he vomits whatever he has eaten, So this body is not a place of enjoyment, or neither it is a place where you can get happiness. But the Lord's body, it's Ananda Vigraha. And we have read in previous verses where Lord Shiva, he says that Lord is Sarva Saundarya Sangraha. His form is the place where all the beauty you can find it, As Devarshi Narad, when he was traveling to Himalayas on the northern side to go and perform austerities. So while going, he saw the beauty of nature. And there he says, this beauty is nothing but the beautiful smile of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. If that smile is so enchanting that people, they spend thousands and hundreds of dollars to go and visit that place, then just imagine what will be the face of that Supreme Personality of a Godhead. And it is covered with His effulgence, so we can't see Him. Like if I'm sitting right now here and someone puts a big focus at the back and that comes on your face, can you able to see me? No. Then just think the Lord who is having Sudarshana is one hand, He is having Kanchal in one hand as a Vishnu. And we pray Sudarshana, Sudarshana Mahajvala Surya Koti Samaprabha. What it means? The Sudarshana has the effulgence of billions of suns. For us, if we see one sun in the afternoon, when we look at him for maybe half a minute or maybe 20 seconds, then you are totally blind for other things to see. Does that happen? How many of you have that experience? Almost everyone, whoever wakes up early and sees the sun, they can imagine that, So someone who is having a disc in his hand and which has a radiance like a billions of suns, Can you able to see that person? No. So Lord's effulgence is like that. And that's why Mayavadis only they see that impersonal Brahman, that is that effulgence of the Lord, and they say there is no form, there's just light, They can't go beyond that. Then further Prabhupada says, the verse of Bhagavad Gita explains that the Lord is spread everywhere by the virtue of his Brahman feature. Everything rests in him, yet he is not there. The conclusion is that without Bhakti Yoga, without rendering devotional service to the Lord, even an impersonalist cannot understand the Brahma Tattva, the Brahman feature. In the Vedanta Sutra, it is said that Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. This means that Brahman, Paramatma, or Parabrahman should be understood. In Srimad Bhagavatam, also, absolute truth is described as the one without a second. But he is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. The Supreme Absolute Truth is the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. And in this verse, Lord Shiva confirms that ultimately the Absolute Truth is a person. He clearly says, Tattvam Brahma Param Jyotir Akasham Iva Vistrutam. Here is a common example. A successful businessman may have many factories and offices, and everything rests on his order. If someone says that the entire business rests on such and such a person, it does not mean that the person is bearing all the factories and offices on his head. Rather, it is understood that by his brain or his energetic expansion, the business is running without interruption. Similarly, it is the brain and energy of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead that carry on the complete manifestation of material and spiritual worlds. The philosophy of a monism explained here very clearly adjusts itself to the fact that the Supreme Source of all energy is the Supreme Personality of a Godhead, Krishna. This is described very clearly. It is also stated how the impersonal feature of the Krishna can be understood. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo pranavah sarva vedesho shabdaha ke paurusham drusho. O son of Kunti, that is Arjuna, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. See, all these things which you can't see them, but you can experience them. Like Lord says, I'm the taste in the water. If you are really thirsty and somebody gives you a soft drink, does that quench your thirst? No. What do you need? That aggravates your thirst, and you need real water, because water has that element which is called as a taste. And Lord says that taste is nothing but me. The next thing he says, Prabhasmi Shashi Suryoho. He is the effulgence in moon and sun. Can you catch the effulgence? Can you touch the effulgence? No. But you can experience that. And Lord says that effulgence is me. Pranavaha sarva vedeshu. Pranava means Onkar, which is the source of all sound in this universe. Can you see Om? They mark it, they can draw it, you can see that, but not actual one. You can see it's ankit, or it's drawn on the paper, Shabdah ke khe paurusham drasho. He says that he is that pranava in ether. There was one person, I think it happened maybe 70 years back, somewhere in Britain. One person, he wanted to find out if he mixes all sounds, then what forms. So he first recorded the sound of flowing river, then chirping of different birds, then different songs that are sung by the people, then different sounds of machines. He just prepared many cassettes of that. Those times they used to record on the cassettes. So he made so many recordings, He got like more than 500 recordings. Then he started playing 10 of them and recording in one cassette. So like that he did 50. Then after that he did 50 into 10, and then after 10 into one cassette. And after recording that one cassette, he called one of his friends and he told him that, I'm going to play this cassette now. And once I play this cassette, I don't know what's going to happen with me. So you should be there to witness, and you can tell it to others. So what he did, what's the river there? Nile River? Which river is there in London? Nile? Nile, what? Something. Nile River. Huh? Thames, whatever. So on the bank of that Thames River, he asked his friend to be there, and he turned on that cassette. And for surprise, the sound came, oh. As soon as that person, he heard that sound, he just started walking on that water of the river, and he just disappeared in ether. So that's the potency of Omkar, because it is nothing but the Lordship. Who really realizes that he can come over the material energy and he can go beyond that. Nowadays there are so many meditation classes, like people, they go and they do meditation the way they want, which is not prescribed in the scriptures. When you do it according to these scriptures, and as mentioned, because they wanted to just directly build a 6th floor rather than going from foundation. They go for meditation, but they don't know what are the yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dhyan, dharana and samadhi. Without following any rules and regulations, without perfecting any asan, without doing pratyahar, they wanted to just go for dhyana, that is meditation, which is highly impossible. First, you need to follow all these stages, then you can go there, And once who attend and goes for that meditation and who really start meditating on that pranava, Omkar, he goes beyond this material world. And that's why it says, who understand this, he will be able to understand their Lordship. In this way, Krishna can be understood as a mystic power in everything. Because he is the one who is there in each and every, whether it is material or animated or unanimated things. All they are manifested from him. And devotee, he sees their Lordship everywhere. That's the quality of devotee. One of their lordship's name is Vasudeva. Vasudeva means what? Sarvatra Vasati iti sa. The one who resides everywhere, one who pervades everywhere, he is called as a Vasudeva. And devotee is he who sees Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole universe as one family. Why he considers that? Because he realizes that Lord is pervaded everywhere, so he is everywhere. Being his part and parcel, I am also with him everywhere. And because he is everywhere, everything belongs to him, so it is a one family. And that's the real concept which can create peace in this world. And we have seen they have formed, United Nations organization. Since they have formed the United Nations organization, you can see there are flags of different countries are increasing in numbers. When they started, there were 40. Now how many flags are there? 126? 180 now. My goodness. In my knowledge, when I was there, I thought it was 120 or 28 something when we were in school, So within these 40 years, now they have increased with another 60. So what's the function of Is it uniting everything? No, it's dividing. If you really want to unite everything, then what? Prabhupada says, accept Krishna consciousness. Then everything will get united on single umbrella. And that umbrella is Lord's mercy. So to invoke that Lord's mercy, what we need to do? We need to chant His holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So here in this verse, Lord Shiva himself destroying the misconception of impersonalism. He is clearly explaining what that impersonal Brahman is. Then maybe next Saturday we will discuss what is this material energy now. We have seen the Brahman. Now, whatever we see, what we can express on physical level, what that is, that has explained in the next text, that is text number 61. So we'll discuss on next Saturday. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I think she will do the first kirtan and she will do the last kirtan. After lecture she will do, lecture she will do. That's what the message. Radhe Shyam Prabhu and Pavana Mataji. They're supposed to sing now and afterwards she will sing.
Last one.
Okay, sing.